to show you two different ways you can start your chunky knit blanket. They're pretty much the same, but you'll see the difference here in a minute. We're going to do option one, the original way first. So you just make your slip knot, you take the working side of the yarn, flip it over the tail of the yarn, making a nice little ribbon. You reach through that ribbon and pull. You've got your slip knot here. Once you got your slip knot, make sure your yarn is always the way that you're working. So I'm working this way, so the yarn's over there. Then you just take your slip knot, put it right over there, and pull the working yarn through. We're going to continue this for 10 links. As I'm making my chain, you want to hold and protect each stitch. So you hold the base of it and then pull the working yarn through. Hold the base of it, pull the working yarn through. And that protects your stitch size so you don't accidentally pull them smaller. Now that we got our starting chain of 10 loops, we're going to take the yarn and move it to the end we're working towards. That's the first tip always. Move the end towards the end that you are working towards. It makes it a lot easier. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to protect this stitch while we pull the working yarn through it to create another stitch. Protect this stitch with our knuckles as we reach through this one and pull another stitch. You want to try to keep each stitch around the same size, and the second row can be a little bit smaller than the first row. So what I like to do here is place my knuckles down to protect this stitch that I just finished, reach through the hump of this one, and pull. So this is option one, making loops and then just making the loops back, then moving the working yarn back and just continuing the process all the way down. So you just protect the stitch and work your way back down the other way. And this is how you start your chunky knit blanket, option one, original way. Let me get this row done, show you what it looks like, and show you option two. So this is what option one looks like, the original way, with the chain, and then we have first row and second row done. We're going to do option two now and show you the difference between them. For option two, you start the same with a slip knot, and then you place it over the working yarn, hold, protect the stitch, and pull the working yarn through. I'm going to just keep doing that. Protect the stitch and pull the working yarn through. Protect the stitch and pull the working yarn through. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. We're going to go to 10. So 5, make it a little smaller. 6, 7. We've got our chain of 10 loops. We move the working yarn to the end that we're working towards, and we're going to start the next second row just like before, pulling loops through. Now that we have the chain done and the second row of 10 loops done, this is where option two changes, and this is the only time it changes. All we do is take it and flip it over. And then we start this third row, the same as we did every other row. We got the third row done, and this is the difference between option one and two. I prefer option number two because it gives you this nice chunky braid at the bottom when you flip it. And that's the only difference, is making your chain, making your second row, and then flipping it and continuing up as you normally would, making a chunky blanket. Hope it was helpful. I really like the look of that chunky braid, so I do option two. But when I first learned, I always did option one. So I just want to show you guys both options. Let me know in the comments what option is your favorite. And good luck making your chunky knit blanket. They're so fun.